What up, guys? All right, we're gonna start with a portfolio, and then we're doing critiques until 9, or no, yeah, until 9. How you guys doing? Reddington, what's up, man? Froston, Baxter, Miko, what's up, dude? Happy Friday. Kyrzone, what's up, man? JM79, hello. How's a Friday stream feel for you guys? What's up, Ruto? Freezy, how you doing? It's good. It's good. I think next month I'm going to upgrade my Artstation to Pro. It's your food entertainment stream. I didn't end up going to Nordic Games. I decided to stay home and make sure the dog was doing well. Make sure he's all good and liking his new world. Oh, you usually do things on Fridays? Yeah, me too. Nordic Geeks. Oh, no webcam. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's what was going on. Hello, what's up, Nathan? So because we're doing critiques all stream, I did not go over PBR stuff in the last stream. Maybe I can do that at the end of the first segment. Let's go through this portfolio, and then we'll do that, and then we'll cut to like a few-minute break, and then we'll do critiques for another hour. Yeah, so this is the portfolio we'll be reviewing today. Every Friday, we'll do a portfolio at the beginning, and then we'll do critiques or discuss something that popped up in chat. And then after that, I'll take a little break. Then we go and do more critiques for the next hour. It's kind of the new format. We'll see how it rolls. Seems pretty good. So, Mr. Dean Pountain. Was that Pountain? I don't know. It's cool. Manchester, UK. All right. What's up, Jester? So let's see here. 3D artist. First asset is a 1980s TV. Just gonna kind of go through it real quick here, and then we'll discuss. So this looks like this is looks like it's high poly only. I think I'm seeing high poly only. I could be wrong though. So one thing with this image is, or this piece, I guess I should say, is you're not seeing, there's not a descriptor telling you what you're looking at. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I will add his link. There you go, Nathan. So, what's up, Antics? So, seeing a portfolio, I'll start with a mouse since we'll draw here in a second. There's wires everywhere. What's happening? So what I'm seeing is a TV. It doesn't look like, yeah, this must be, okay. So down here, this is the low poly. Or low poly. It might not be baked information, I'm not sure. Finally got around to getting some renders done. I'm actually happy with the outcome of the TV as well. Posted 20 hours ago. Dude, crazy. Awesome. Right before it starts the critiques. Comes right on in. Alright, so there's some shading issues. I'm going to get Photoshop going. Lag? Oh, is it video lag? Or what's lag? So in this image, like first off, we see we've got some noise stuff going on here. You want to make sure that that doesn't happen in your chat to stream. Yeah, that's usually a given. So let's see here. So we've got noise here that looks like it's before a final render. Oh, the image is grayscale as well. Okay. So make sure to render without the noise. Or render long enough for the noise to go away. And then, oh man, my throat. The next thing I would say is be really careful with these points here. There. So they're very, like, it's doing this. It's very low poly feeling. So even though you have a low poly, you want to make sure that your art supports, your geometry supports what you've made. From silhouette to shape to the way the light goes across it. That's why normal maps are so valuable, right? Is because they control the lighting across the surface of your mesh. So you want to look out for things that hint at it being geometry, hint at it being lighting strangely, normal issues. So like, for example, you've got this little thing here. It's like an aliasing. You've got some gradient stuff going on here. There's I guess I'm trying to figure out what this curve is. Like it curves up and is full curve or full extended here, but then like there's a little lip here that goes away. It happens up here as well. I don't know if that's how it's designed. The other things is you've got some normal bending going on here. Like it's a triangle edge where the normals are shooting in two different directions. He's mad angry. You stopped working our tutorial just to be here? Oh my god. This guy. Don't do that, man. I guess the only other things I would say is like be careful of these hard edges here and here. This one might be okay. There's one there. These seams are pretty cool, and I think if you can build them in a way where there's a bevel between them, then you'll get a little bit more emphasis on that seam. Make sure some stuff's close here. All right. So be careful of that stuff. Make sure that everything kind of has like a nice. So like for example, right here, this edge and this edge feels like there's like a bevel there. Like this same edge going up this way isn't beveled, but the way the lighting, is hitting, like this highlight right here, that's freaking awesome. Hang on here. It adds like I don't know, believability to the geometry. Like the more that happens around edges and corners and stuff, the more that your mind tends to just kind of deal with what you're seeing instead of like going, oh, that's 3D. Let's look at some other, dude, this anatomy, that thing. I do like how the pieces are kind of layered together. There, you also have a seam here. Like that's a really hard edge. I just think that the geometry count here could be higher. Don't be afraid to go high enough to make it, oh god, high enough to make it worth the, just add enough geometry to get the detail that you need. Don't worry about it being too low or too high. Whoa. Oh man, I'm seeing really weird stuff now. Hang on. Am I seeing this right? Okay, I think I'm seeing a bake error. So it looks like the UVs are offset, like this edge needs to be here. and like this edge needs to be here. So I think you're baking with these dials and this guy in the same. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it projecting back here too. So there's a double bake occurring, or like a bleed bake happening. You can see it here as well. And that's basically this strip is bleeding on top of this one when you're doing your normal bakes. The other thing that you'll see is these rings here. These are what made me realize it was happening. Those rings need to be centered more around the top here. And then this edge also needs to be beveled, which is 731. I think that I think we'll look at this piece specifically. Yeah, we're doing a portfolio review. How you doing, Philippe? And Jopi. So I'm gonna hang on here. The nice thing about doing these things on Fridays is it's going to give me a little bit more time to maybe draw an example or anything like that. Do a breakdown. We're looking at Dean's portfolio. There you go. So once Moto loads, come on, Moto. Oh shit! I'm gonna turn the zoom thing off too. So we got our center here. Don't mind all the clickety-clackety clicking action. Let's go ahead and look at this piece. So you've got a bunch of rings, and then this edge, and then it goes back onto this plate. And then you have this piece here. So some of the stuff that I'm talking about, just so we're on the same page. This doesn't need to be exact or anything. I'll just do it. Just go. Okay, so that's this ring. Whoa. That's this ring here. You have another ring. I'm just going to duplicate the face and then scale it in because I want it to be a separate piece. So we'll click this. We'll scale it up. It looks like you go in and then you go up. You go up and then you go in again. You go up, in again. So we'll go with that amount. Like these amounts aren't even either, but it'll get the point across, I think. You need to be careful with how many of these rings you're adding. I will be finishing in an hour and a half from now. Also, thank you guys for supporting me in all of the things that I'm doing. I'm trying to make sure that I have enough time for you guys, but I also have to make sure that I have enough time for the puppy. At least until he's stabilized. He's a chewer. Gonna make sure he's not chewing on anything. Anywho, so we got these. Make sure you don't do too many of these rings. Oh man, I think it's because of the tablet. Make sure you don't have too many of these rings, because when you bake them out, they tend to become very aliased or noisy. And it looks like you have possibly a bevel or like maybe like an inset. So like if I grab these, doing this, like a good test is to if you make your camera look at it from the front, this is how the normal map is going to see it. So if you camera face to the face that you're looking at, you can see that when you see an edge, like, oh, okay, I can actually see. That's why I'm thinking I can see those edges here, that you've done this. But what looks even better is more bevels. And because it's a high poly, that shouldn't matter all that much. Let me get down here. We're just going to snap this to this guy. Okay, so because of the fact that we're... I'm going to inset this too. Because you're baking a low poly, like we'll just call this HP for high poly, and then we'll make another one called LP for low poly. So what you can do is, before you start adding your bevels and stuff, you could grab these and duplicate and paste it in another container, or duplicate the mesh. Then hide that one, and then start doing all the bevels that you need. You could also, give me a second here. So you can also, oh man, thanks for the bits, the 100 bitos. You can add more, I do that, more to make the curve smoother around the shape. You'll see, at least in Moto, it doesn't solve that very well, so I just delete that face and then cap it again. So go ahead and you would grab these edges. These are the ones of interest, and then go ahead and bevel them. And because it's a normal bake, don't worry about like how many times you're rounding it. One thing I would pay attention to is when you're beveling stuff, try and think. You just came to your room after college? After college? Nice, dude. How you doing? I need to go grab the webcam. I haven't had time. Soon. Or if I can figure it out, I'll use a GoPro as my webcam. I have a GoPro, and it's just kind of sitting around. So when you're doing a bevel, oh God, no. Thanks Windows. When you're doing a bevel, it's good to keep an eye on the size of the object and the size of the bevels. So if an object is quite large, the large bevels, or the bevels that it's just, I'm trying to, how do you word this? Make sure your bevels are maintaining the same size. So like, let's say 10 millimeters is the bevel that I want on this. All details, like these guys down here, like these edges here, maybe these edges as well. This edge would be different, but these edges, these ones, bevel the same value, right? I wonder why that happens with the cam desyncing. For a while it was fixed, you know? It's weird. Yeah, it's really strange. Something happened. I think it's when I switched to 60 frames. Anyway, so let's go ahead and add an extra loop to these as well, just so that we have a nice smooth curve. When it comes to vertex normals, I don't know if I can show. Show selected normals. Okay, so you can see which way my normals are going. It's pretty smooth along that edge, right? So if you do that, you can see that they're curving around how you would expect if the whole thing was soft. So if I crease the normals, I gotta delete this too and then recap it. We'll refresh. So if I crease the normals, you can see they look the same, but they're now creased. Thanks, Drop, for the follow, dude. So it's just you're forcing your normals essentially to curve to a certain shape. So I can harden these edges, and now I'm getting a pretty, like if you look from the top again. So that looks like that would bake a pretty good normal. And you can see the width here versus this one is a little meh. So you have to inset that and get those to line up. Normally you would bevel those a lot more even. It could be my bitrate upload. The bitrate upload has not changed, so maybe OBS because of an update. Because when OBS updates, I update it. Let's see what else we got here. So there's a little piece coming up and out, and then this guy. So let's go ahead and turn these normals off. And we'll go to wireframe. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? There we go. So we're taking a bit of time on this, but I wanted to make sure that you guys saw how I think about stuff. So this is okay to be square, right? You can do that and have that come up. You got to figure out how that's connected. The way the normals are baking makes me think that it's floating up, but I could be wrong. I don't know. May you ask why Moto? May everyone ask why Moto? Because I fucking love it. The way it handles modeling is why. So let's go ahead and make a dial here. Moto works the way I want 3D to move when I work in 3D, if that makes sense. So I'm going to inset this just so that we have some stuff to work with. So you can see I've beveled that, but there's still a hard edge there. If I do the refresh normal and then crease on a 45 degree, I get like a nice normal crease around there. Let's also let's go into the shader here. Where is it at? Item properties, yes. Base material. We want the specular to be pretty shiny, so we can see. Blender's free, man. But yeah, I would say Maya if you're looking for, like, if you're wanting to get into the industry, since that'll be easier than knowing knowing Moto, and then the industry is not really supporting Moto fully yet. One thing you should know is this little peg thing here, under here, you're just never going to see that. So let's just get rid of it, and we'll just scale this out to meet the shape. So all these bevels are super small now that I'm looking at it, because that dial, I'm just going to do this even though the bevels are going to get weird. That dial is pretty small. But yeah, Anywho, it's really important, like I was saying, to make sure that you have nice curves in your around the corners, because that's just the way that normals are going to catch when you do your bakes. When it comes to baking this piece, because it is floating or it's a separate piece, bake it separate. You can make separate mesh containers in Moto. I'm sure there's a way in Maya where you basically like could take these ones, put them in another group, take this one in another group, and then bake them separately and then slap them back together. Substance Painter has a really nice way of looking at your naming convention to do the bakes, but that way it'll separate it out all for you. But I think that's all I'll say about this piece, other than be careful with the strength of your normals, and then pay attention to tiling. I'm gonna epic pen this. Be careful of the tiling, as you see it like this, and then the direction of this is pretty harsh to look at with the way that the asset is. So like I would maybe like cut the wood here and then have the grain go this way so that you have like two. You explain how it's constructed, right? Like two planes connected together. Yeah, and as far as design goes, people usually have the wood grain follow the asset. Let's see your other stuff. This is pretty cool. I would look at the wood material. So, and then we'll point out some other things. So, the grain direction here. The grain direction here needs to be following the flow of the gun. And it's most likely going to go along the whole piece, like it's one piece of wood. Not today, Axel. I have to focus on you guys today. I will do that on Monday. Though, if you guys want, I could make a blog that I just post updates to. If that helps. The other thing is make sure that your edge detection for using curvature maps is not too harsh. So like right now, yeah, this is super, super even. And there's no, what is it? There's no reason or rhyme to the way that the edge wear is happening. And the material is very dark. Like it looks pretty good here. Like you could argue some stuff like maybe insetting some of these pieces just so there's some variety. But yeah, making sure that this isn't just even and maybe like happens just in spots where you expect wear to occur. Make sure that you add more geometry to get this curved. More geo here would curve that also. Let's see what else we got here. I guess I'll just point out the things that are like the big overarching things or overarching problems. The things are the big overarching things. So like the curve, this feels like it's like if I was to look from the side, it looks like it's doing this. I don't know. I would expect that to maybe be flat. I don't know if it is in the actual model, like the Han Solo designed pistol. Definitely get reference and make sure that all your details are there. This looks like normal bakes on your low poly. Bevels, man, all the bevels. The things that I'm really liking about this is this inset here. It's super cool because then you understand how something is put together. I would love to see more of that. Like these guys, if they're emphasized a little bit more, and then understanding how this is connected to the body. Right now, it just looks like a box pushed into the gun, right? You want to get it to look like it's all one piece, or looks like it belongs and is connected to it in a way more than just a box pushing into another box or another surface. The inset of this is actually, or the way that this is like melded into the grip is actually really cool. I would definitely bevel this and then figure out what these, what these creases are here. Bevel this edge and then add some more geo here. That way you can smoothly angle around this piece. Because right now it gets thin here, but then it's wider here, and then it gets thinner down here. Like I expect this to just stay pretty uniformly wide, and then maybe go down. But I don't know. I haven't looked at Han Solo's gun before, so I'm not sure. This scene looks cool. This kind of actually reminds me of the recent Resident Evil. There's a crazy-ass scene that looks similar to this. Right now, I would say that it's a little dark. Only in these darker areas around the car and the pallets. The wood pallets. Let's zoom in here. The wood pallets could be thicker. Right now, the piece of wood. Oh, geez. Come on, man. The wood palette edge, you can see the thickness of the palette is maybe, it could probably go up to here. That might be a little extreme. But it does need to be thicker. And then also beveling these edges and baking a normal for that, or just beveling the low poly mesh and increasing the normals on it. That would work as well. The amount of geometry in the car seems low. Like there's some stuff going on here where it just doesn't seem to be creasing very well. The detail on the ground's pretty good. I would like to see more of it. And then I think that the bricks on the wall seem very large. Like if you were to see, like if you take that steering wheel, I'm assuming the steering wheel is about that big, and bring it back there. A steering wheel is pretty, a steering wheel is pretty big, and those bricks are wider than a steering wheel. So that's scale, believability, and texture density. I like that the poster is angled here. The table right now doesn't feel grounded, mainly because there's not like maybe an ambient occlusion that's happening at the base of them. There's a weird shadow edge here. Oh, this blank space here, you could probably, that blank space, like I think is from the light shafts coming in. It's filling the inside of the vehicle. I would expect to see a highlight on this seat, and then maybe some lighting here from just the ambient lighting outside, and then the back being dark. This light source is a good call, mainly because it gives you a way to light the scene. It's scale wise though is also, it seems super off. Like it's a strange size. And then I think those are barrels back there, and those barrels look really small compared to the rest of the scene. So I would scale check everything. Don't rely on a simple table. Like right now that table looks blocked out. Like take some time to build some parts that you can put on it to kind of give it some structure that it looks like it was put together. It kind of looks like it burned, like the whole texture's burnt. Going on to these, that looks really cool. These are really cool. I love the neon signs. In the Division, we modeled the neon tubes, so don't even worry about keeping it cheap. You could totally model that stuff. What's up, Junglist? These pipes are really cool. And I guess if I had to say one other thing to possibly work on, these chains are cool too. The chains are a bit round. The clock needs to be finished. It's untextured right now, it looks like. But these openings are pretty awesome. These window openings. I'm not sure what that is, but I like the idea of doing this to the shape of the window. So you like dirty up the edges, so there's a little bit of grime in the corners and stuff. It just helps you fill those out. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, see there's so much going on behind the car. Oh, this angle's really cool. So I really like this angle. I'm not sure what that stuff is. These lines here. And you have like a seam here. I would spend the time to unwrap some of the parts. If you don't want to unwrap the whole thing. You like the music with the scene? You don't have to unwrap the whole thing if you're going for specific camera angles, because I mean you're not making a game in that sense, you know what I mean? So you could totally unwrap just the bumper just to get those details out. Some of the problems you're running into as well with this is texture density again. And it looks like the tire needs a better normal map where maybe the treads are beveled. That way you get the nice curve in your normals for the high poly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move on to another one of yours. Oh snap, what is this? So right off the bat, this is super cool. Composition wise, there's a step up. Maybe I would point it a little bit more at the camera so that it's framed a bit more. This is cool. It's like, this is like focusing your eye, so then you're immediately like, okay, how do I get up there? Which is what made me see the ramp. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh yeah, this is super cool. This wall is the perfect opportunity to add structural breakup. So like you could take the whole row of stones up top, or bricks, or whatever they are, maybe make those ones bigger, and then take those and bring them out a little bit so that you get a bit of a lip. Maybe where the second floor starts, you can grab those ones and do the same thing, or inset them, and then you could take every couple of them, just chunks, right, and move them in and out so that you get breakup. I'm looking at my video to see if it's delayed. Give me a sec here. Just gonna do that a couple times. This is cool though. I like this shape too. This shape's really interesting to me. Bevel that edge, add some geo. There's no reason for it to be hard angled like that, unless that's the style you're going for, you know what I mean? If that's the style you're going for, don't listen to me. Man, this look is really cool. See, you're starting to do some style stuff, and look, you're doing the pattern stuff I was talking about. You should do on that big wall. These are cool too. If you need to break that wall up even further, you can add like you can add beams. Look at that. That's my beam. Every, I don't know, 5 meters, every 10 meters, just to break that up. Oops, I did that. That one's cool. There's a very focal point here. Make sure that you get the ominous like darkness up here to kind of bring everything back to this guy. That's a perfect arrow. Sick. Let's see here. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, that's so cool. Awesome composition. Oh shit, there's guys attacking. Yeah, it's so strong once you have a center to your scene. Dude, this is cool. I love this. I don't know if that's like water flowing down or... Panyan, thanks, dude. How you doing? Happy Friday. I don't know if that's supposed to be water flowing down. I'm assuming because it's like a little port. But this is cool. Definitely playing with different colors could break it up a little bit more. Hey, Game Art, how you doing? Yo. That fence barrier thing is cool. This stuff here. This is pretty cool that there's not a lot of detail up there. You just make sure that your lighting kind of occludes that area. And those are awesome as well. Oh shit. Secret entrance. Yeah, this is cool. It goes down. Man, it just really needs some like a lighting pass. This is really cool. Oh shit, you can throw it? Oh man. It's like, out of my way. I've got a hat. I'm a demon defender. Super cool. This is awesome. I don't remember the last time I saw something that looked that interesting. Like, as far as like a container, or like the prize jewels in this. The top piece is really cool. I would almost like model them a little bit more, make them thicker, and make them fingers with like long nails. That's an interesting look. Like a pillowy cobble. Oh, snap. That's super cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, there's lighting in these. This is okay. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, totally make those fingers with like big nails. Oh man, you had like a... Oh, that's cool. You had like a way of doing the look. That's awesome. What else we got here? This is really powerful. This is strong. It's simple, but it's effective. Like, that's the focus, right? That's pretty cool. I'm confused by the color down here. Abo, what's up, man? How you doing? But compositionally, it's interesting. It's like a little diorama. I'm like, what's the word? Oh, this is cool. The other one is cool with the stairs as well. It just, like, with the stairs, don't have like the fencing stuff because it confuses the viewer as to like, oh, am I supposed to be able to get up there? What's happening? I'm not sure if it's a final... It's a collection of some of the pieces from the university group project that I was the 3D artist for. Proud of the outcome. However, looking back, I wish there was more time and a more solid look for the environment. I mean, I think you're onto a specific look that looks pretty fucking cool. Handed in your last submission for Uni today. Dude, congrats. The sound is not desynced, it's the video. I need to get that shit solved. Okay. This is cool. This is cool. Definitely look at your resolution of your normals to figure out how to get some increased resolution out of them. Everything doesn't have to be 0 to 1 baked when it comes to this stuff. Like, for example, the trim of the tire hair. Oh yeah, see, it's really low res. But the ideas are there. It's just how do you utilize your texture space, right? And so with this stuff, I would just be really careful about how noisy it can get and the direction of them. So you have noise going this way, but then you have the primary material going this way. Be careful with that information. And then when you have this dark stuff, that dark stuff for sure has a different roughness value. Thanks, Game Art. So that dark stuff for sure has a different roughness value. You should take advantage of that ability to be able to add a way to cater to the streamer. That's hilarious. Yeah, I would just watch out for making shapes that are like basic geometry, because that's the stuff that leads viewers to realize that it's 3D. Oh man, every time. And then be careful of seams. Like, it looks like that's where your tiling had ended, or your UVs had ended. And then this guy, dude, this is super cool. This is actually that one, and this temple stuff is actually your strongest. Like, this thing's cool. Like increasing, I guess for the size of it, maybe making the bevels wider so that they have more to play with. The lighting has more to play with. But in general, the way that it's all kind of constructed together is really cool. Maybe the claws could be a little bit thicker. And the wire, I'm not sure. Maybe the wire is fine, depending on like how it bends and stuff. What's up, Watts? But in general, I think that your portfolio is. Let's see here. I would redo this one. Normal wise, checking your low poly, making it higher res. Retexturing it. I would retexture this guy. This scene just needs some love, some time. With details, texture resolution, density, and stuff like that. This one should actually be near the front, unless you want your most recent stuff at the front. This one's pretty solid. I like that. I would change the thumbnail on this one to not be grayscale, mainly because you have textured versions of it. And this one, you'll actually get a whole lot more hits if you frame your thumbnail to something around there, or like look at this area and have that taking up this whole space. Because this one's actually your strongest piece in the whole shebang. But yeah, and it's interesting that I see a banner that has an object that's not in your portfolio. I'll say it like that. Is this time to see spectator work? Spectator. Hello, spectator. How you doing? Yeah. Watts, I don't have time right now, but I need to update the command for the Discord link. I think it may be out of date. But K Legends, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We have a Discord, and you post in the Discord, and then and then we get to your stuff. Right now, we're about to end the portfolio portion of the reviews, and now I'm going to take like a 5-minute. Thanks, Watts. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and then I'm going to come back, and we're going to be looking at your guys' stuff in the Discord, which is, see this art-related section here? If I start down here, and then I'm just going to work my way up. And then if we have time at the end of the hour, I'll go back to the bottom and catch any ones that came in afterwards. So I will be right back, and then we're going to look at more of your guys' stuff. Yeah, boy. All right, be right back.